Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, executive, graduates, and staff. Although I'm not addressing you formally with a speech today, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to stage our guest speaker, Dr. Anant Singh. Anant Singh is the producer of more than over 80 films, including Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, Academy Award nominee Yesterday, The First Grader, Red Dust, Cry the Beloved Country, Sarafina, and most recently, Remember and Shepherds and Butlers. He is the CEO and chairman of the Video Vision Group of Companies and Cape Town Film Studios, co-chairperson of Smile FM 90.4 FM, and is a producer member of the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. He is the recipient of numerous awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Golden Horn Award at the inaugural South African Film and Television Awards, the first Simon Mabunu Sabela Lifetime Achievement Award from the KZN Film Commission, the Crystal Award for the World Economic Forum, Lifetime Member Award from the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, and the World Visionary Award of the Palm Beach Film Festival. He has been bestowed with honorary doctorates from the University of Port Elizabeth, the University of Durban Westville, and the Durban University of Technology. I welcome Dr. Anant Singh. Thank you.
Thank you, Franco. To the executive, to the staff, graduates, and parents. It's a huge honor for me to be here in Durban for this inaugural event. Franco mentioned all these accolades and awards, and it's all very nice to receive all of it. But what is the most enjoyable is the ability to sit in a theater, in a movie theater, with 400 other people that you don't know, and the movie comes up and you share an experience, and maybe good, maybe bad, maybe emotional, maybe funny, and everybody has that journey with you. And I think that's what you are about to create, and I think the ability of that creativity that you and what I do and why I do it is because we do something very special. So welcome to that club, and I wish you guys all the best in this journey ahead. Certainly for me, I thought, God, the idea of choosing this venue was not for you to put on your Speedo, but because I'm building a film studio next door. But anyway, it has a double meaning. But the film industry is something that's very special, and that's, I think, why you chose it. It's a different time today from what it was when I began. It was very much in racist apartheid South Africa. The film industry was 100% white. There were no opportunities offered to people of color. My journey with film began when I watched 8mm films, silent films, at home, Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, and I was captivated by these images that film could transport you into a place and in a dreamlike fashion. And so I was in a public high school, not far from here, Sastry College, and when I finished matric, I wanted to go to film school, and the only film school was in Pretoria, and it was for white people only. So I couldn't go there, and I had to sort of choose a university profession because my family wanted me to go to university, so I studied engineering. But as God said, you have to take every opportunity, anything you get, if you're passionate about what film is. And I got a job, holidays and weekends, working for R1 a day, rewinding films. At that time, we had no television. And so I said, well, hey, the R1 a day was not a big deal, but the more important thing was that I was in film. I was there, I was working, and it was long days. It was like 12-hour days. I would start at 6 in the morning to get there and leave at about 7 at night. So, when you love something, you pursue it with vigor, with passion, and again, as you heard earlier, there'll be rejection, there'll be difficulties and challenges. But you chose this vocation because you have a very good reason. You're passionate, I hope. Some of you may fall out, I hope not. But, you know, again, this is the beginning of the next part of your journey. You know, going to school is one thing. Certainly for me, whatever I learned on film, because there were no academic opportunities for me, I learned by trial and error, by watching movies, and I urge you to do the same if you're not. What you can learn from a film, from a filmmaker, whether if you're doing cinematography and it's Victoria Storaro or Bob Richardson, or if it's a director like Antonioni, Fellini, or Spielberg, those guys are the masters of their craft, and you will be if you follow your heart and passion and work hard. There's no 9-to-5 job in this industry. You know, everybody says, well, you get to the glitz and glamour, you go up the red carpet, you get awards, you have premieres around the world. Yes, that's all true, but it all starts somewhere in a completely different environment. You're working on screenplays. In the case of Mandela, it was 20 years of work. At the screenplays, we went through probably 75 drafts of screenplays, probably 8 writers, and ultimately we got to get the film made, and we're proud of it. But film is a collaborative effort. It's hundreds, sometimes thousands of people coming together, like-minded, passionate, and they give their all, because we are that kind of breed, that you do whatever you do because you love it. And that's what is also special. So going back to my journey and the first film that I made, it was in 1986. Madiba was in prison. Madiba and the ANC made a call, speak out against apartheid, do whatever you can. I decided, what can I do? And I thought, well, maybe I should make a film. But I knew nothing about film from a standpoint of production. I'd been involved in distribution, I learned everything, I watched lots of films, and so I said, okay, and I found a young film director who did his first film for me. His name was Darryl Root. We did several films together. He was probably 20 at the time, and I was probably 26. And I looked at the screenplay that he had written, and again, like God says, get your screenplay there. We looked at it, we sat for a couple of hours, we did some changes, and within a week, we were shooting the movie. It was on the run from the security police. It was called Place of Weeping. Sinam Shlope, who lives down the road here, it was her first acting role, and we went and made the film. It was 15,000 Rand was the total budget of the film, shot on film, and the rest was history, as we say, because the police were after me. They wanted to see the film, and I took the negative to London. We released the film in the United States, got great reviews from publications like the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and played a game with the apartheid government here to get the film released. So, you know, today you've got technology on your side. You've got a cell phone, you've got a team of people that you've worked with, you know people. You can go make a film, any type of film you want, do it as frugally as possible. You don't need to spend money. Making great films and being able to put it in front of an audience is that creativity. You know, you spend hundreds of millions of dollars on films, it's no better than a little film that costs $1 million, because ultimately it's how you engage an audience. The audience will be passionate if you take them through that journey in a way that they feel that they are either learning something or having an emotional experience or whatever it is. So, you know, on the range of budgets that I've worked on, I've done from 15,000 Rand to probably $50 million on a budget of a film. So certainly I believe that you shouldn't try and pigeonhole yourself and wait for this sort of pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's not going to come. Just go out there. Whether you're a cinematographer, an actor, a director, you know, make your own destiny. So certainly from a standpoint of being Durbanites, I do believe that the film industry is growing and continuing to grow. We are committed to the film industry in this city and province. We will be building the film studios across the road. South Africa's film industry has grown exponentially over the past years. It's today a 8 billion rand business, whereas if you look back 20 years ago, it was probably 50 million rand industry. So there are opportunities if you're actors, you know, put yourselves on camera, do work, whatever it is. It's all a stepping stone to bigger and better things. And you talk to someone like Terry Petto and how she started, you know, and today she's got both local and international recognition. You know, everyone starts somewhere and just develop and grow and work damn hard because there's no other substitute. I think also what is unique about this industry is its ability to combine creative talents. So from acting to the imagery, to the music, to the sound, and there's nothing else that can offer you that. That, you know, you've got a painter who'll paint art, and it's almost one-dimensional in what it is. But with motion pictures, with television, with new content that is coming out, interstitial programming, you can go make a 2-minute movie for a cell phone. That's going to be an industry in the future. Look at the new VODs, the platforms that are coming out. Things that didn't exist 10 years ago are revenue streams for films today. Films that I made, like Sarafina, we are relicensing today to different mediums. So VOD is a big demanding appetite. Netflix just made offers for films, and they have billions of dollars. So it really is something that is important. And I think the most significant thing is follow your instinct, always. You know, I made a film called Yesterday. It was the first film made in isiZulu. It was a woman who was HIV positive and how she deals with it. And the people that work with me, they said to me, well, you know, you shouldn't make this movie. Who's going to see this film? It's about this subject, and it's in a foreign language, and, you know, so. But ultimately, I just felt that it had heart, and we made the film. And it became the first South African film to be nominated for an Academy Award. And the journey of the film comes back to my first point, which is you can do things that can affect and influence people's thinking around the world. So we transport a local KZN story in a foreign language to North America, to Tehran, to wherever we screened this film, and the amazing reactions that people had to it. And on the flip side of that, we took it to AIDS victims in mines, men who lived with the stigma and didn't want to talk about it, and how they broke down, and how a film can have this multitude of effect on people and audiences. So you have a very special industry. You have to work hard and remain committed, but it is going to be a difficult journey, and I urge you to keep at it, and you will see the joy at the end of the line. We've had many South Africans that have been able to learn their craft here and move along to other countries, mainly in the United States. People like Neil Blomkamp, who directed District 13, and then you have people like Sharlto Copley, what's her name, Margaret Bixel, who won the Academy Award for Mad Max. She's South African, but I think she spent most of her time in Australia. And then you have Charlize Theron and Beth Davids, who've done remarkably well. But anyway, today is about you guys and your achievements. So well done getting this far, and congratulations. And to your teachers and the staff, you know, teaching film must be very, very challenging and daunting. For me, I wouldn't like to sit in a room and try and learn how to make film, because I think it's can only be challenging. But anyway, you guys have all done great, so well done, and thank you for inviting me here, and all the best to you. And last is that if any of you graduates have any questions that you would like to direct to me, I'm happy to deal with them and respond, but just let Richard Green know, and he knows where to find me. So all the best. Thank you.